Okay folks, good evening, welcome to this live stream. So we are live on YouTube, so good evening to everyone. We are all prepared for our flight to Edinburgh. This Ryanair flight, call sign is Ryanair 9 Juliet, and flight FR3183. This is your captain speaking, as I've already said, as you already know. I hope you know. If you don't, then the plane will stay put for the time being. Flight time for this evening, 41 minutes. We are going to depart in an easterly direction out from Derry, climbing to our cruising altitude of 23,000 feet. Our route will take us across to Scotland, so across to the south of Prestwick, and then a straight in approach landing into Edinburgh. We might be able to knock off a few minutes time, but we'll see how it goes and whether we get any ATC en route. So yeah, once again, welcome aboard everyone, and sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. So our departure will be from runway 08 here at London-Derry, well, Derry Airport, city of Derry Airport. Bit of a while since I last departed off that side of the runway, and landing on runway 06 at Edinburgh, so that makes the flight quite quick, literally straight up, straight down. So yeah, should be quite good. Terrain ahead, pull up, hello. Good of you to join, mate. Right, APU started, so we'll connect the APU power. Disconnect the ground power and wheel shocks, there we go. So no pushback is required, we'll just start the engines on stand and taxi straight to the runway. No ATC online on Vatsim at the moment, unfortunately. Hopefully that might, that might change. Yeah, I know it's Derry, Londonderry, yes, I know. I know, I've flown here many, many times. Anyway, that's all subject to subject to that. Right, okay, starting engine number 2. N2's rising, and fuel in. Starting engine number 1. Okay, cabin crew, seats for departure please. So backtracking and lining up runway 08. Correction, runway 0. What is 0? Don't like to say 220. Okay, before takeoff checklist. Config checked, recall clear. Flight controls checked, flaps 5 required, 5 selected, green light checked, stab trim, 5.2 units required, 5.2 set checked. Takeoff briefing, climbing straight ahead to altitude 7,000 feet, runway heading. Cabin is secured. Behind the line. Start switches, continuous, checked. MCP, set. Transponder, TARA. Landing and strobe lights are on. Retractor on. Before takeoff checklist is complete. Okay, Edinburgh, here we come. Power set. 80 knots checked.
V1. Rotate. V2.
Positive rate. Gear up. Climbing flight level 230. Flaps 1. Yeah, PTA and Active Sky. Well, I've already got Active Sky 16, so I already have that. Okay, direct to Macintosh and Elna. Checked. Aberdeen, good evening, and also Louise, hello. PC's absolutely fine, thank you very much. Yeah, Aberdeen, I'm very well, thank you very much, mate. How about yourself? How are you doing? So, for the route, as I already said, it takes us across toward Prestwick, then down, then pretty much straight into Edinburgh. So, yeah. Out partying? No, not quite. Not quite. Right, landing lights off, seatbelt signs are off. Yeah, that's right. If you go across to Donegal on the west coast, that's very true. It's one of the places I keep meaning to visit, but I haven't managed to get round to it yet. And there's a very simple reason for not using P3D, because there is nothing wrong with FSX. FSX still works, still performs very well, so there is no reason to replace it. There's a very good saying: if it isn't broke, don't fix it. FSX isn't broke, people's expectations sometimes are, but that's another issue. Your party's on Ryanair, yes. €3. Actually, give me a Britvic orange juice with ice and a Kit Kat to go along with it. Sounds good to me. So, after takeoff checklist, yes, just in case you hadn't realised, quite clearly this is the PMDG 737. So, hey ho, I've done enough flying over the airs in the PMDG 747, Aerosoft Airbus X, and multiple other aircraft. There's nothing wrong with the PMDG 737, or FSX Steam Edition for that matter. After takeoff checklist, air conditioning pressurization is set, start switches off, landing gear up and off, auto brake off, flaps up, no lights, altimeters set to standard. After takeoff checklist is complete. Yeah, listed, very sad news about Huawei. Very, very sad. Aberdeen Aviation, you're absolutely right, mate. Can you imagine me doing a 12-hour flight? Honestly, like a 12-hour flight, live stream, 747. Mass majority of the time, I mean even for a 3-hour flight with Ryanair, I'll set it away, I'll put the live stream on for you guys so you can watch the landing, watch the takeoff, and you know, 9 times out of 10 I'll be away from the computer doing all sorts. I'll be doing jobs, I'll be doing work, I'll be editing, etc, etc, etc. Okay, and this person who is in the chat has, yeah, okay, goodbye, I don't want you in the stream anymore. The person I have just banned from the chat just put a very abusive comment in relation to Huawei, and basically, yeah, I'm not going to repeat what they just said, but let's just put it this way, it was outrageous, the comment they just left, and it's been deleted, and the person has been removed from the chat, so goodbye, and not interested. Yeah, anyway, back to long hauls. 3-hour Ryanair flight, people complain, oh, it's too long, it's this, that and the other, you know, and yet to me it's like I'll be doing other stuff and then you use slew mode. No, I would never use slew mode, ever. I used to, and I found it boring personally, but hey, that's just me. But yeah, can you imagine that, 12 hours in a 747? Everyone on the live stream would be like, it's so boring, all we can see is sea and blue sky. Why is there nothing to see? How long is there left in the flight? Oh, we've got 12 hours left. Oh, why is it taking so long? I mean, I literally cannot win. And then if I do a Ryanair flight, they'll say, you're flying Ryanair. It's just unbelievable. So I cannot win either way. So I think I'll stick to doing these shorter ones. Everyone seems happy with the shorter ones, so hey ho. We'll carry on with that. Anyway, that's my moan over. We are just about to commence our descent into Edinburgh, and yeah, as I say, we'll be landing on runway 06. So a nice straight in approach. I don't think the wind has changed. I'm just double checking. It's 320 degrees, varying at 020 degrees. Let's see. Terrain ahead, what's your opinion on the Aerosoft Airbus X Professional? I used the Aerosoft Airbus X and I liked it. You know, genuinely, I did like it. It was a good plane to fly. I didn't find it as good, funny enough, in terms of frames. That was its one downside. I found the PMDG was far better when it came to performance and just, yeah, general frames. But yeah, overall, great plane. Enjoyed flying it. I flew the A319, actually, I flew the A318, 19, 20 and 21 for British Airways Virtual for about 2 years, and yeah, I quite enjoyed it, to be honest. Yeah, that's true, Aberdeen. Yeah, I totally agree, Terrain Ahead. You know, at the end of the day, if I see something, I mean, I'll give you an example. I saw someone yesterday playing a racing game, and they were live streaming it, right? I personally watched 5-6 minutes of it. There were about 2,300 people watching it, and it wasn't my cup of tea. So what do? Sit there in the chat and say, "This is so boring, I am not having a great time watching this." No, you just leave it, don't watch it, find something else to watch. So I went and watched the Met Office latest broadcast and the 10-day upcoming weather forecast, which was far more intriguing and, yeah, much more up my street. Kind of person I am. So, yeah, all good fun. Right, actually, I need to get us ready for landing, because this is going to be quite a quick approach. Course heading 061, WDL Aviation, Listed, BA. Yes, I'm definitely heading the right way, guys. I'm definitely heading the right way. Yeah. Actually, come to think about it, this may be Dusseldorf. I may have programmed the wrong place. Just let me check my flight plan. The stream will go quiet 1 sec. I just need to post in Unicom. Edinburgh traffic descending to 4,000. Okay, that's that posted. Charlie India 406. Yeah, exactly, Aberdeen. Unfortunately, most people, you know, they like to have a little bit of a moan, a little bit of a groan, rather than just say, you know, this isn't my thing. I'll just leave it. But hey ho, that's there's now as many as what was I saying again? There's now as queer as folk. So hey ho. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. The funniest thing about the whole BA story is that Ryanair were having a little bit of a joke, a little bit of a laugh on, and then everyone jumps on the bandwagon with the BBC and said, "Oh, but Ryanair's forgetting its past. They forget that one of their aircraft accidentally landed at the wrong airport." And it's like, no, they were just having a laugh. But honestly, everyone changed the story so much. It was quite funny, very becoming of the impartial journalism and reporting that's seen. But hey ho, such is life. Okay then, we're a little bit high for our descent at the moment, so we may need to do some random vectors just to lose a bit of altitude. But that's the key thing. It's people's expectations, and you know, it's true, you cannot please everybody, unfortunately. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, especially with these live streams, they're nothing fancy, they're nothing flash, but some people like watching me land, some people like watching me depart, some like watching me make a fool of myself, as I've probably done this evening. But you know, the top and the bottom of it is, it's just a little bit of entertainment, something to pass the time of day. So yeah, it's all good stuff. I didn't see that about the 2E757 listy. I didn't see that personally, but yeah, I agree, Aberdeen. It was to me it was a good joke, which some just tried to twist to suit their own ends. But That's what you expect nowadays, I suppose. So we are a little bit too close for the approach, so we are going to have to deviate slightly. So we're just going to leave onto a heading. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing. Or possibly less. I think I planned our initial descent just a little bit too late, because we're currently 3,000 feet. About 3,000 feet above where we should be, so we do need to just go onto a delay vector for a moment before making our turn. Oh no, some of the headlines are absolutely classic. I mean, you know, I'm going to hold my hands up here and say I have given the distribution rights for some of my footage in the past under non-exclusive agreements with various news outlets and so on. And honestly, sometimes they'll use your footage with obviously your consent, with that agreement, and some of the headlines are just laughable. Because you actually think to yourself, well, it's all very kind of you being interested in the footage, and you've obviously watched the video, but you know, your title is so obviously misleading, you kind of make yourself look like a bit of a fool. But I suppose, you know, some aren't interested in that, I suppose, but there's nothing you can do. I'm not used to landing on runway 06 at Edinburgh. 9 times out of 10 it's always runway 24, so this is a bit unusual. Right, there is traffic in the circuit at Edinburgh, so we're just going to have to try and dodge him if we can. Partial hole. Oh, the EasyJet program by ITV, that was hilarious. I mean, the footage they used from Newcastle, provided by me, they titled it as being from Luton. Luton? I mean, since when did Luton have a parallel taxiway? Since when did Luton have an Emirates 777 flight in daily? I mean, Luton. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, there was supposed to be a third episode, but I never heard anything else of it. So I presume they ditched it. I don't honestly know, but I know that the feedback received wasn't overwhelmingly good. So make your own judgment up by that, but yeah. Not plane, you meant jumbo. Yeah. Boeing 777 from London lands at Singapore instead of Las Vegas. Now that would be an upgrade. I guarantee the average spend per passenger would be considerably less as well. Oh dear. Okay, right. We should head back to the approach now. This is one problem I am having with Orbx. For some reason, the autogen isn't loading as quickly as it should do. So I'm gonna have to see if I can solve that. Oh yeah, that actually really annoyed me, Aberdeen, and yeah, to me it was one of the most unprofessional things I'd seen, and it's, you know, kind of, I don't know, just, yeah, very unprofessional, but hey ho. Me saying that, I'll be deemed an expert, no doubt, and don't know what I'm talking about, blah-de-blah-de-blah, but hey ho. Okay, cabin crew, seats for landing. Best flights and moments. Yes, I do watch them from time to time. Yes, I do. There are some, there are some quite funny ones, you gotta say. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. There are some other similar programs like that which you think it's almost just a promotional coup for the airline in some cases, but such is life. Just going to quickly post on Unicom that we're about to land.
Now 10 minutes to landing. Hello ladies and gentlemen, go fast and seatbelt sign.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true. Okay, welcome back everyone who's just joined. So we're about to land now in Edinburgh. Also, just a quick note, have a look at this. I installed the scenery for the new Queen's Ferry crossing, the new bridge. So you've got the Forth Road Bridge there, and then you've got the new Queen's Ferry crossing as well. How cool is that? So yeah, something a bit different. For some reason the texture's just gone black. Yeah, there's an autogen problem for some reason. It's I don't know what it is. Yeah, there's something wrong with the autogen. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to have a look at it when we after we've landed. Just I've been testing out a few new bits on on the system. Some of them working, others clearly not. So have a look once I land.
Decision height. Minimums.
Landing.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after a 30-minute flight from Londonderry, Northern Ireland, welcome to Edinburgh, where the local time is 10 minutes to 7 in the evening. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Nice to be landing on runway 06, actually. Ah, good stuff. Good stuff. I've got to say they're my favourite low-cost airline, but that's just my preference. Well, unfortunately, folks, I am not doing any other flights after this. As I say, the reason is I am testing out some new stuff. So as much as anything, this was just to kind of see if any of it's working and so on. I now know there are a couple of bits which aren't working, so I can... no, not the new cabin, it's just to do with the scenery and textures and stuff, so I'm testing some new stuff out. I like the old cabin and I like the new cabin, to be honest. Yeah, I think they both have their pros and cons, but yeah, overall no real complaints. I just paid for the seat, nothing else. Music's alright, it's not too bad. It's grown on me over the years, I have to say. We're on stand 25. Yeah, stand 25. Thoughts on Jet 2? Yeah, alright airline. Not low cost, it's budget, but yeah, it's not too bad. I haven't flown with them, so I can't really state anything on them, to be honest. So if I did, I would just yeah, be hypocritical of me. Can't judge what you've never tried. Hey ho. Anyway folks, welcome to Edinburgh. I hope you enjoyed the flight. We're on stand 25 after a very short 30-minute flight. Probably could have made it even quicker than that, but some dodo of a captain forgot to plan the arrival correctly, so hey ho. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the flight. I'm hoping to do another live stream tomorrow evening once I get all these autogen problems resolved, and then we'll be as good as new. But from here in Edinburgh, once again, thank you to every single one of you in the live stream. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for joining. Good to have a bit of conversation as well. As I say, I'm sorry it's such a short one for once, but yeah, thanks again. So hopefully speak to you all tomorrow evening, all being well. But from Edinburgh, from me here, and everyone, thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend if you don't manage to join tomorrow, and yeah, thanks very much. Take care guys. Good night.